Back in 1998, in my childhood home in County Durham, I was home on my own this night. My dad was at the local working men's club, and my mum doing her regular shift at the fish and chip shop that was conveniently located across the main road in front of our house. I would often wait up for her to finish her shift. Her manager would allow the staff to take home unsold food. Being heavily pregnant, I was always hungry and hoped this would be the night I got free cod. The nights were always long, and we didn't have the huge choice of shows to watch on TV like we do now. One particular night, I was laid on the sofa watching a Des O'Connor talk show and getting really tired. So as the ad break came on, I thought I'll go get my duvet and go to sleep on the sofa till my dad gets back in from the club just after 11 p.m. I went to my room, grabbed my duvet, and as I turned to go back down the stairs, I clearly saw a dark shadow sitting on the edge of my parents' bed. I was terrified. I almost jumped the distance of the first set of stairs. I ran back into the living room. My heart was racing. I was shaking. I kept going over the image in my head and was absolutely certain it was a person that was sat there, although shadow-like in form. An hour went by and I was still in the living room, really afraid, but now desperately needing a wee. My huge pregnant belly sat on my bladder, causing such a deep ache. I could hold on no longer. I had to go to the toilet. Our downstairs toilet was at the bottom of the stairs facing the living room and 2 deep steps up. I opened the living room door and the light cord pull was swinging in the toilet ahead of me, and I quickly moved back into the living room and shut the door. I was in such a panic. The cord wasn't swaying gently. It had clearly been swung hard as if to draw attention. I was so desperate for the toilet at this point, and this part is embarrassing, but I grabbed an empty cup off the coffee table and urinated in that. It wasn't enough to help. I still needed to empty my bladder properly. I was becoming more scared at what had happened and plucked up the courage to open the living room door again, and I ran straight out of the front door. I went across to the fish and chip shop where my mum was working, and she could see I looked terrified. I explained to her what had occurred in the house and said I would wait for her there. Fortunately, the manager let me use a toilet in the rear of the shop. After my mum finished her shift and we went back home, we looked upstairs together, and there was indeed an indentation as though a person had been sat on the side of their bed. My parents always made beds to military standards and were perfectly neat. It still creeps me out to this day.